playoffs. Meanwhile, for Vitality, it's a little bit of a harder road.
Yeah, right.
2-0 this matchup as convincingly as possible, and hope
Dream
that
wild,
Koi
bro.
2-0
I'm
their
UK,
match
man.
against
That's
KC
wild for us.
to force a three-way tie. It's a tough road, but well, you've made your bed. Now it's time to lie in it.
Just don't lose the first game. We
Okay,
won't be here.
Koi
Exactly,
on defense, Vitality on
You're
attack.
saying it. Now it's time to leave it up to
Who
the
do I
other
think
teams.
wins? Koi.
So it starts here, and really
I think
every
Koi
round
win
that
the
they
play-ins.
lose could be contributing to their ultimate downfall.
That's where
for the
I'm
side
at.
of Vitality. This is where they want to bounce back from the match we saw earlier. Already, Trapwire going to be distracted, taken down without any players being caught in the crossfire. Good trade out as Runner takes over control of the market, trading out the mid lurk from Safe, and they're even pushing aggressively in towards the spawn. Vitality not content with the site control. They want to fight all the way through and isolate some of these duels, but there's a few more Koi players than they'd anticipated. Now it's a 3v2.
Dude, Kick still has double flash.
Yeah, a lot to try and hold on to here.
One flash.
Grouping up the side of Koi.
And an Omen flash.
Give them quite a bit of
Oh, they can win
information.
this.
Need to clear the close corner as well. But that flash is sublime from Kicks.
Omen flash left.
His Sky has looked fantastic and evening up that scoreline. They've got to peek this in case they're defusing. And Camo now into the 1 versus 1. Leaving it onto the youngsters to fight this one out, to see who takes the victory.
Nicely done from Vitality. Pistol Kings. They continue it. 1-0 in terms of the pistols.
Not a bad start for Vitality. That's what we wanted. The pistol round under their
How
belt.
are they this good at
They
pistols?
strive for victory here. It wouldn't be over for Koi necessarily either. Obviously, they have that, as we said, the best case scenario for Vitality really is forcing out that three-way tie. That relies on Koi not being too decimated mentally from this series. Vitality, you want to do it. You want to win quick, not just for the rounds, but also so they still have some gas left in the tank, right?
Yeah, the only team that are really going to be smiling at this point is sort of no matter how it goes, KC are just like they're going, if we win our games, we win.
Yep.
And it's exactly the same for Koi. The only person right now looking at everybody else is going to be Vitality. For now, though, a little bit of early aggression from Shadows.
Jesus,
and,
I feel like a triple
that's
dink.
how expected when you peek into 4 people. Obviously didn't have the info of how many were going to be there. And the Koi stack was
Yeah,
on the
let's
other
see how
side
much.
of the map, so
Let's see how
east
clean they
side
can
half
keep
the
this
bomb.
one. They're allowed 2 deaths.
Vitality, it should be fairly comfortable to take this one home.
Yeah, a few small threats. You still
Yeah, it looks like that
Matt
Matic. The
Camo,
pistol's
still the stun for Shadow,
non-stop.
But, yeah, for the most part, we're not expecting a whole lot. In fact, you can see that Koi are taking this one very passively indeed. Plan probably died to the spike, and if any Vitality players do come out swinging, take
Is there a
them
team
down
you think
from
Reddy
the
needs a
weapons.
roster change?
We
Nah.
can see, looking at that hood, there's
It's like
not a lot of weapons in play
you got to
for
use the example of
Vitality.
last
They're
year,
doing a
and I
standard
do think
3-2
Liquid is a
setup,
good
2
example of
pistols.
last year, right?
So
You
even
look
if
at
they
Lock-In,
lose
they
a
look like one of the
handful,
worst teams.
It's not going to be the
And
end
then
of the world for them.
give them a bit more time, and they managed to at least win their regional stuff. So
Okay,
it's
the
too
damage
early.
is kind of being done already. Now the exits might actually be very valuable if they weren't cleaned up so quickly. Just Starzone 36 HP, a nice finish to the round.
D9?
2-0 on the
Brother,
board. Well
if
handled by
anything, they need
Vitality.
to
Yeah, I think something worth
employ
mentioning in this
an
series
extra
as well is
coach at the
the
moment.
veto is actually quite interesting
Like
because
they're
you've seen a lot
they're
of sunset
overwhelmed in the
when it comes to
coaching
Vitality. They played it 3
department.
times already, 2 wins versus
Got one
Gentlemates,
guy,
and then the loss we just
and then you
saw
got like
moments ago.
NRG with like
Koi
4 guys.
played it once versus Liquid, which was very
The-
close.
the
They've
coach
picked
needs
it into
help.
this
It's like,
series, so
feels
clearly
like
feeling
100 Thieves
they
last
found
year.
the weakness of Vitality. And in the map that Vitality chose,
It's too much work.
they got battered.
Too much work
they
for
got
one dude.
destroyed by Gentlemates on. So clearly feel like they fixed the issues as well. So definitely going to be an interesting series because Vitality on the first map that they didn't pick, they're going to be feeling very comfortable. And I'm intrigued to see what they've
NRG
got
has more
planned for the
chefs than
second.
C9 has coaches, maybe. How many chefs do they have?
Now Vitality have an idea to move through market for now with 4 players. A trap going to be easily destroyed. The information given away. The reaction from Koi is instantaneous, pushing up on B main to seize this control as they look to fight.
Wait,
their way
they
to
are
at least maintaining another angle.
So wrecked right now,
That
surely.
cannot be. The problem is they've been
Rabino
isolated.
does
They've been
great to
grouped
get
up. The
one.
nade's done damage. So is Shados. Rabino, sure he'll make it past the trap that's no longer up, but it's more about getting out
Man,
of
he
these
actually gets
angles,
out of this. This is
getting away
looking
from these
really good
players
stuff from
who are
Vitality,
hunting
though.
him down so quickly. They knew where Safe was. They weren't able to deal with him. But the problem is, on the other side, Grabino's down. Starzo.
Yeah, and
Good
he
luck,
might
team,
just have to
in
save on
one
this one.
versus 3.
Oh, for... Honestly, out of all the
Viper's
timings,
wall,
we'll
there's
take
still
it.
plenty to fall back on for the side of Vitality.
Yeah, I can't see much for Starzo in this sort of scenario to really find anything. And the early start from Vitality has been great. Something I want to keep an eye on throughout the entirety of this map is how much Safe is going to be getting away with, because it's the same scenario we've seen of him versus multiple different teams. We've saw it with a Viper's Pit, where he would just push top mid Viper's Pit, like doing a lot of weird stuff. But this round, he was just sneaky enough to get an opener. And while the rest of his team were pincering in, it cut off all the rotations to actually help on that B site. And with full market control and mid control, well, it becomes very, very difficult for the defensive side to really do anything in that round. A 3-0 start, Vitality's attack again looking stellar. And now you come in with, what, the single rifle, a few pistols. Okay, you're close to a few ultimates. Maybe those can be
This is a good chance for Vitality to just stack up outrageous money.
And everything they could ever need in terms of weaponry and utility.
2 hero guns will include this. Sure. What the?
I'll find you. Weapon kept over on Starzo isn't alone. There's some minor upgrades across the board. The stinger for Shadow could be big. Well, 1:30 on the clock. This is somewhere for Vitality to slow it down again. We've seen the mid control. We've seen Safe attempting to lurk up A. He's gotten some good value as well. But the game, thinking back to yesterday, Tom, that this is how Vitality found all their success. It was pumping brakes and letting Gentlemates push into them time and time again. They were able to find the result and able to find the win. But the problem with this kind of strategy is eventually you've got to roll the dice and take a gamble. And it looks like based on the space that Safe has slowly been chipping away, they'll go
down off the contact, double swing.
Have read this. The weaker weapons are
double swing.
up here. There's a stun to play
Yeah,
off
Safe
of
is
the
just
first
too far ahead of it. That was not the nade that they were hoping for as well.
The squad to go charging forward. The flash is perfect from Kicks, and the running spray even better. Still a few on the site, but it's left down to just Shadow.
Okay, and honestly, they really do take that one. We get a plant as well. It goes over towards Raze. Doesn't matter in terms of the ult, but they do get the extra money. And 4 people surviving.
Things are looking very good for this attack side.
Question is what sort of reaction we're going to get. Grabino, he was picking up the
I think it's better to have the best situation, in my opinion, is playing break, playing. That's where I'm at.
Because this composition, obviously you have the breach. You're able to go for those sort of setup plays for Camo to maybe get aggressive, but they do have the ability to delay at least a little bit. More so than what we saw from Gentlemate's comp. Early push though, fast pace out of Runner.
Yeah, unfortunately no one's there to break.
Yeah, no, literally no one there to break it, but he didn't panic on this one. Does go down. I've seen the Omen op a good amount on this map from Koi.
No value in round number 5 for Vitality.
Double Prowler. Whoa. 2 Prowlers used to clear market already. These guys over towards site still have a dog. Safe still has mollies over towards middle. They don't expect the ult from Grabino to get out of there.
That's the man that you always have to be careful of.
And honestly, just him breaking the trip is going to be the one. Like, him getting close here and breaking the trip is going to create so much pressure. That means that they have to kind of turtle up more over towards B main, and then they have a better chance. Safe is the big person we have to look out for this one, because he can definitely win this.
The fact that he didn't have that online late certainly doesn't help, but Safe's lurk,
lovely
like
from
Tom,
Safe.
It had
Huge.
a lot of impact. He snuck into that position a few rounds ago. They knew that he likes to play this spot. He's a deadly lurker, but somehow he's found so much value, and with a missed shot from Grabino, they're hot on his tail. They're not giving up either, knowing that there's an op on the other side. This is a
predictions for plans, probably. I'm gonna say Koi and Sentinels, but
they won't retrieve the operator. But it wasn't part of the game plan. 5-0 with.
I think it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for Koi to go back to back and win as well. But
perplexed
we'll
so far by this pick, because firstly you're picking.
Koi looked very good yesterday, in my opinion.
There hasn't been a massive depth in map pool from Vitality so far. Like you talk about, they played a lot of Sunset, a lot of Lotus. That's about like 60% of their map pool so far. They played Breeze once, they got destroyed. They played Ascent twice and they lost both. One to Fnatic, fair enough.
Not feeling confident with either of those calls though, but because it is, especially I didn't watch MIBR, so I don't know how good they're looking as well, but
I'm going to challenge them on the one that
G2 look pretty decent.
It seems like an interesting choice. And the thing is, with that choice, is you allow them to start on the attack. And that's where we have seen a lot of value from Vitality. Slow pace rounds, as you said. These lurks from Safe being fantastic. 7 and 3 at the top of the board. And as of right now, I'll be honest, it doesn't look Koi have much of a plan to deal with that.
No, it definitely doesn't. I think the fact that you're seeing these rounds fall in such convincing manners. I mean, the presence towards B, the fact that all eyes are on
Maybe.
site. They
Samsara,
retake
maybe.
together on the side of Koi, and then they are just blindsided by Safe, who is biding his time for the entire round. We can't see this happening again and again. The protocols on Koi really being put to the test. And with this being their map pick, Tom, yeah, look, it's not a good start, but it's not out of control just yet. This half can still be
the money's out of
recovered
control.
with rifles in
Let's
play
be
for the
honest.
side of Koi. They are up against a Viper's Pit, though. And so if they lose control over a site, it's not going to be easy to get it back.
God, look at the pace. A complete change. I think runners realize, okay.
Oh man, and Runner has just absolutely centered. This is their big buy round. They have no idea.
It's just a ruse.
They have no idea. Did they not hit the double
satchel?
satchel? These guys do not want to break this yet, I don't think.
TP past this.
This guy thinks they know that he's here.
I saw Safe tempted.
Runner gets a kill here.
He really wants to lock this down, and
It's two. Couldn't be any worse right now for Koi.
Yeah, that is a pretty big blindside for Koi. A player just sat there. They have no idea. He's able to even double up on the kill.
Yeah, I guess they were too far away to hear the satchel sound.
Yeah.
Or at least they're flying through the air sound.
That's the problem. And a Viper's Pit used, again, covering off a ton of the space, basically all the way back in from the spawn side, which is even being covered by two players. They have a Viper's Wall to block the way in. For Koi, there are not a lot of chances, and I think literally after obviously seeing that it's a 4v3,
wait, really,
the Viper's Pit
interesting.
go down, the call is to save. It's not likely they win that, and this is the kind of round that typically, you know, if it was a closer game, you would be going for, but your opponents are stacked on money. So if you get 3 kills and lose the round, doesn't matter. No effect.
And you have no money.
And you have none. So you'll have no money for the next, no rebuys, your ults are coming online. This is really, the line in the sand is right in front of you. You can't let Vitality run away with any more rounds. So I think it's the right call to take the save. It seems weird because they still have the firepower. We've seen these clutches all week long, but I think it's a smart play.
Money is somehow more out of control. There were 3 of them that had outrageous money. It's now everyone.
I'm almost starting to wonder if Vitality have just got to pay us to cast their matches when they play Sunset, because
something strange going on.
They won 13-3.
Not the most kills on the board at the moment.
The other day when we casted them play. And then
Jinx quite hard. Are we surprised at this? Not massively.
Well. So I'm not saying that the teams had any differences.
Vitality might be believing, by the way, because they 2-0. The thing is, are they going to be confident that Koi can 2-0?
Well, I've not really, other than maybe, no, not even in the pistol round. I don't think there was much. Oh, that was a 1v1. That was the closest round.
There we go.
Pistol round. Other than that,
no way. What is going on, man?
You can see him in his chase. He's like, I can't believe what he's just done. He just walked through a poison orb, killed him instantly.
Yeah, but he gave up on that.
I mean, the timing couldn't have been worse either. Camo, nice shot.
And they just walked down middle in reaction. Oh god,
Vitality,
man.
4 versus 1. Shados, hey, making a good attempt to the first, but he's down to 60 HP.
Their buy rounds have been outrageous. It's interesting to see how much pressure just this one smoke is causing.
Nobody's hit him.
Like it's
Shados saves 7 rounds in a row for the
causing teams a lot of pressure.
Tough, to try and find the hope for Koi. Like they picked this map, but the idea is less than optimal.
No, and the thing is, most of the time you'll talk about like, okay, maybe this setup's gone wrong, and this, but I genuinely can't think of anything they've really attempted. A lot of it has just been run a blast back into the round. 3 seconds in, he's on the site. You forgot he's killed 2 people. The next round, Starzo's dead within 5 seconds because Safe walked through a smoke. The round before that, someone walked up top mid and killed your mid player because you didn't realize he was there.
They're just kind of walking all over them. Like actually, like they're just walking up and taking random duels.
I'm not even thinking about the plays that Koi are making.
I like this smoke though.
Done by the time they have a chance.
It leaks over just a little bit that you can isolate this one area.
I guess we just carry on. Like it's insanity the amount of early advantages.
Yeah, look at them.
And I think that that pretty much speaks for itself. The fact that
it isolates this one area over towards the left, so you can actually...
They're having a little giggle at the fact that they're just getting
It's kind of cool, it has double usage. It's good for blocking off this person that wants to hold with one. And then it's also... Oh man, they're done, dude. They are so done on this. What the hell is going on? They just can't hear anything.
With how off guard they are in a lot of these opening engagements, Vitality blitzing it down. finding free kills. And again, I don't want to make it sound like this is a round that they should be winning on the side of Koi. Or
No, but they
anyone
need to at least look a little bit more ready. They need another timeout.
He's not even looking the right way.
But it is an eco, right? And look, you're not even probably not going to use the Rolling Thunder, anything like that. You're just trying to do damage and hopefully win the round. Again, we talked about damage, 9K on pretty much everybody.
What damage are you going to do?
If you kill all 5 of them and you do that the last round and the next 2,
I can't
we're
afford
chilling.
a spare operator.
This late as well, yeah. Like the damage would have to be defusing the spike, killing all 5 and defusing.
There is no way, bro.
That was an
There is no way.
You can't do that. No, replay it, please. I'd like a replay.
Yeah, I want to see his reaction to getting killed by that.
Both, all of them.
They must be
Third
so
person
tilted.
as well. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
the man
luckily,
has jumped into the corner.
He gets killed round before where a guy pushes through a Viper.
He literally
Viper smoke and then this
I've never seen
happens.
anyone do that. Not even in my ranked games, trolling. You have to be kidding me. And he wins it too. It says it all. It says it's all there is to it. 8-0. Look, I would pay a lot of money to be a fly on the wall for these last 8 rounds. You notice we got a lot of cams from Salah. Well, his rival Barbar on the other side, I think he might have yeeted that camera out of the room.
The camera doesn't
Yes, camera might not be working. Here we go. Let's see what they can do.
He's looking calm. He's looking collected. There was a little smile when he said whatever he just said.
It does say, I think it says breathe in and out on the board. I think he's probably just had his eyes up to that. I gotta breathe.
This must be tough, and it really is, because serious talk, when you come into a set of rounds like this where you have, clearly you have an idea of how they're going to approach it, of how you're going to approach it.
I don't think they do have an idea of how the other team are going to approach it.
You know, you might have something in your head, but what is actually happening on the server is so far from what you've prepared for what you're ready for.
Or having like 5.
Play against it.
Like, I feel like the most common is like a 7-5. Definitely attack sided. It's comp dependent though.
I think that's what this pause was about.
Like it's one of those ones where if you get 4 on defense and you have like a really good comp on attack, then I think
You sure?
I think you're kind of fine with the 4.
Certain, Tom. You know, if at first it doesn't
So I wanted to talk
succeed,
about this, right? So,
sure
this
how many
Viper
tries
smoke,
you get.
it's nice that it leaks over towards here, so you can pop them both, and then you can duel over towards left, and then you can duel over towards right. So even though it doesn't like fully block vision, you can actually take a timing on each to like clear it though. So it's a different approach they do, but it's pretty good. And the only person who can like fully hold one over towards here is like a chamber or something, playing close.
Yeah, they managed. I think a lot of it was just that Runner was cheap.
Man, and Koi have given up, and they are just gamble stacking now.
They are going for this.
Like they have just actually just gone, let's put one camera on A and let's just gamble stack.
And a showstopper out. Nightfall's good, and Runner's killed himself. That's what it takes. It's a trade.
Oh my god, what is this? Can I change my prediction back to K-Corp? At least I got the first map right, but this I got the first match right, but this is
the realization
horrendous.
was there from the side of Vitality that this was a big stack coming out of Koi. Curious because so many rounds have been A plays that they decide to fight mid, stack back to B in the end. And now they're left retaking the A site. Not a lot to work with on the way back through. Again, we had Rolling Thunder previously for Shadow, but he's dead, so that's not going to be online.
TP again.
Gravino, yeah, you're right. No Shrouded Step to work with. He's going to have to just destroy this cam, play it like a normal agent.
Wow, the reaction was slow as well. What the hell is going on?
Good flash, good swing, nice and easy. It's traded out, the work done by Camo as safe falls. No Viper to play with afterwards. That spike being diffused, spray is good, but now they've got to wildly spam and hope they find
nicely
it.
done.
Only half.
Man, Koi, it's a really desperate sign when you see the 5-person stack on a full buy round.
Goes to Vitality, 9-0. When will Koi wake up?
It seems like Vitality are doing a good job to improve their round difference. The only problem I have is if Koi don't wake up soon, I don't think there's.
King Waste, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you.
They need to beat KC, and you know, in a way for Vitality right now, this squad has to rely, like we said, on Koi being able to wake back up.
Okay, another big buy round.
So close. Just after
just another 4-1 stack.
Good lip reading, Tom. Wow, I mean, you're getting better at this.
They got a cage to try and get a kill through the trips. They pick a right site.
I don't know what you do say as a coach in this position. Pull your players back into it.
Oh, they're going to hit the second one. It's not really
No,
anybody
yeah, no one to get a kill off that one as well. He decided to go backwards because he thought there might be a split. Now we have to see a retake. And they're pinching into market. Yeah, this should be a lot better.
Looking like we might finally have something to write home about.
How much are they going to use into this? They're going to raise up this one as well.
Still a post plant to deal with though.
Oh, a nasty corner for Kicks, but they've managed to de-root Sander, and they've spotted Kicks' barrel. This should be easy from here on out. Safe in a 1v5. Showstopper if they needed it, but they most certainly do not. Instead, they're just fighting him, and it's diffused. They've bought enough
Okay, they're on the board.
In the meantime,
they're on the board.
Are finally on the board. They can take a sigh of relief. It won't be
add into the
13-0,
stats of the retake for sure.
Again, that was Camo catching
the after plants are
as these players try to fight back out towards middle. If that doesn't
percentage
go their
must
way,
be crazy low.
the round comes into question yet again. They use
That
the
low
Rolling
smoke's
Thunder on the
interesting.
way back
It has some
through,
potential in
but
terms of
they
dueling
catch the
around it. K-Cop? Oh, they're definitely watching this.
Well, a long, long road to recovery. We've already mentioned it. Rounds can make the difference, but the fact is for Koi, if they win the series, they win the next one, it doesn't matter. Even if this map goes awry.
At least the coaches and the players.
Oh, they've started to really...
Nah, this guy shouldn't... Nah.
Okay,
he cannot...
Exactly
he cannot get a kill doing that.
Somehow still gets the kill.
He goes into his own smoke. He just got seen by the fade eye. They don't get the kill and he gets a kill. Like, Safe is...
A little bit scruffy.
How is Safe doing that? Bro, Safe must be laughing to himself in some of these rounds. 2v4.
It's a much different look from them. A push from one player, two players up mid, the others going through to B. Much more
they see one here. They see one here and the dog goes here, so they know that no one's marking. Still walking and checking.
Kicks can play a little bit closer, but the cam spotted him. Has to be careful. Made it around the corner, but three players have been spotted. Dodges the stun. Flash ready. He can round it on the corner. Looks like he wants to take a kill first. Nicely done. Here comes the flash around the right side. It's not caught breach though.
Yeah, let's see if they can get three.
The cage to protect him. Stepped out to cover after. Nicely handled. 2 on the board for Koi. The building blocks are slowly falling into place. Hopefully it's not too
as in
late.
playing that, do they have to take some map control? Talk about this round or the round before?
Definitely a long row back. The thing is though,
it's a 2v4. They gotta try to do something.
Away with some absolute ridiculous kills so far in this matchup, and that is the thing. It's like from coming back from 9-0 on a mentality that is Shadow playing a breach op. Sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt myself. That is a very curious choice.
Breach op?
There's 2 seconds left to change.
I'm down for it.
No, we're going breach operator. Okay. An interesting take, a quick blitz.
This fade eye is getting so much. I can't believe they're pushing through. Can't believe they're pushing through the Viper smoke. He tanks a little bit through the wall, and then he tanks. I mean, he goes down. He's gonna be one shot when he gets into that smoke and stays there.
Does mean that some gaps won't be plugged up for them.
On an Omen.
Rotations.
I know exactly
with the Cypher utility sitting on the B site. They've opted for A. Ult out of Deathstream gives them info. It's hard to decide though, because if you sprint straight to the B site from here, they will be able to rotate in time. Instead, they send Sender ulted in.
Get their ult over towards middle.
Viper's pit on mid. That's not the idea either.
Safe has some of the weirdest ults, but this one is kind of nice. Yeah, it creates a lot of pressure. Ult over towards B, ult towards middle, so they now can't rotate over towards the actual hit that is A. Oh man, they actually wrecked them.
Barreling through mid and market, and they'll be able to catch them off guard. But they could not be more wrong. The
What is this? What is this match, by the way?
All the way around through the spawn. Although the pit's actually dropped.
And then he drops the pit, and then he stays close. They don't think he's in middle.
He's hiding in the corner now.
We're still gonna check this.
Oh, he's seen the
I mean, honestly, yeah.
That timing just about worked out.
He's just playing mind games. That's half of what Safe is doing throughout this match so far. Spotted out Shados as well. Just needs to try and buy time for his teammates. And dealing with Safe is something they need to do. Just letting him come in from the backlines in the last few seconds is not something you're going to be able to deal with. Trades coming out, Runner doesn't know the second player's there. Shadows coming in, has actually managed to
he's just going to stick this, and Safe is going to be close. He's going to hit him.
Safe is pretty far away, just tried to stick it all the way.
Oh man, Safe, 21 HP.
You didn't deal with him at the beginning, and you won't
yeah,
deal
and
with
he's
him
done.
at the end.
He's done absolute work on this round.
Dropping the pit, a great idea.
2 rounds.
Timing damn near caught him.
Oh
He
man,
could have been in a lot of
they
trouble, and this round
got
could have
so
fallen apart.
wrecked.
That would have been a lifeline for
So
Koi,
wrecked by this
but
Viper
there it
stuff
is.
over
That
towards
kill
A.
on the Shadow buys him the time and the quick sprint to make it here before that's diffused. The box just about keeping him alive. 21 HP in the end. That's 10-2 at the halftime. Vitality with a stellar start to the series. This is Koi's map pick, and they barely got off the starting block. Vitality could close this out 13-2.
Vitality,
This pistol carries a
they
ton
play,
of weight.
especially when
Side of
you think of
Koi,
like this
their
round,
attack side's about
where
to
it's
be
like a
put to
big
the
buy
test.
round and someone's just making a play over
honestly,
towards
the
A.
danger
Like
rounds so far in a lot
they
of their pistol
they
rounds
just
has been
played
kicks.
so
This guy
confidently,
always seems to just
and
have
it was
such high
borderline
impact.
disrespectful, and it
Winning
just
1v3
wrecked Koi.
in the game
Like
the
we just
other
had no
day.
idea
Actually,
people would
Ronda did
just
the
do
same
this
thing
stuff.
as well. They got a lot of good pistol players on the side of Vitality. Even when
Like Vitality played crazy loose at the beginning on the kind of like bonus big buy
they
round,
can do here.
but they had the money to do it
Now they
also.
stack up outside of this B site, a little bit of control into the market, and while the flash will let Kicks know at least a little bit of extra information, but it is just going to be the slow walk up from Koi.
And the contact play on the back of Camo. He's been very good in the opening fights when he has a chance to take those duels. Ran into Safe though, who immediately pops down his utility, slowing him. No way to go through that.
Heavy
orb
rotate
once
comes in.
Snakebite is down below. Deep nade with a stun from Camo. It could do some decent damage. I don't think it's made it quite far enough for a kill, but that certainly has. Good shot to Kicks, and he follows it up
shots.
with Runner. Nade back online.
And I was
Safe.
imagine
Have that to
he has
deal
the
with fairly
spike.
soon, but he's dropped the
Oh
spike.
boy.
They have to push into him through his orb potentially. He's on the edge of it, swinging. A brave player. Always
Nice shots
has
from
been,
Camo.
but Camo a little bit too clean in this pistol.
That's the first pistol they've
Koi will
lost
take
today.
it.
1-1
Get a healthy boost of rounds
and
at the start of this
5-1 in
half.
terms of all the pistols today for Vitality.
Exactly what they needed. A lifeline to be held, but still a long, long road to recovery. Good round from Camo as well. I think he's someone especially, even if it's just a little bit of a fake comeback in this map where he builds up some stats and then heads into Breeze, which is a glorified angel.
Was that all in the same round?
Like a round before, because that one was pretty clean.
It was a nice
Like,
round.
I don't know what he could have been frustrated at.
Someone,
there.
Camo misses one shot. Like, God damn it, what was that nade, Camo? You got 3 kills, but the utility was off. Now, I do imagine that was an earlier one, but who knows with Barbar? Who knows what sets him off? For Vitality, quick mid push, low weapons. Indeed, you can see no upgrades
No
whatsoever.
way, guys. Guys.
Classics, well, somehow they win the opening duel, but the numbers advantage brought
There's
alongside
no
her
way.
perhaps helps out. Nade to cover the retreat. I like this. You know, the players are not players aren't overcommitting for the most part. Safe's being caught in no man's land, but these things happen.
I'm a little bit wary of the fact that Koi did seem a little bit unaware.
It's
like the distance that Vitality
massive alarm bells on that.
before anybody realized was that they killed a player in the corner. Kicks dodges the flash. That's already another drop. Shouldn't be getting anything more than that. And Destrian, oh, he's a little bit further behind. Now I don't believe there's any sort of trip to stop his flank.
Now, but Stuxo's on.
It does seem though that Starzo is locked in on this position. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. He's no longer locked in on this position. And he's
And he was just thinking, if I was going to take the orb, the guy would swing when I take the orb, because that's a free kill for him.
Wait a moment on that. We can see the lasers.
Wants to get the gun on this one. Tell you what though, that's good damage. And more worrying signs for Koi into this round as well, with some of the not expected mid pushes.
And the side of Koi are slowly chipping away at Vitality's lead, but here is where
I don't think so, Ryan. I think it's too early. I think I literally only catch the semis and the finals.
For Koi, sometimes you have an ultimate that can help you out. It can maybe bridge that gap. We don't really have that here. I'm curious to see what their solution to this round will be, because there's a lot of weaknesses. Typically, you're going to see a unique approach. Paranoia into A Blitz. Blast packs up.
Oh, they're ready for
Bonus in. We go double fast over towards side. Damn, these guys are beasts. Lovely flash, by the way. Lovely, lovely. Wait, was this stun actually? It was stun.
You mentioned an ult. I feel like he's just gone nuclear himself. Didn't need any help. Spammed through, won't achieve anything, and after plant now, you almost have to sit there for Vitality.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do the semis and the Finals.
They will have recovered so many weapons as well.
Right.
That's the other thing to think about for Vitality, with 2 players dying inside the elbow. Even another weapon just got upgraded. Shados now has a rifle too. And it's those problems that really, I think, tip this scales in the saving direction for the side of Vitality.
Okay.
Weapons being carried through.
I'll have a look into it.
Bit more. Koi, 5 players alive still. Great early round. Paranoia left. Blast pack up on the right.
Yeah, it looks like quite a few Wolves
Honestly,
VODs to watch.
The fact that Camo finds this much value is insane, because the stun doesn't hit. If I'm not mistaken, the flash did not catch Runner.
No,
But he just wins the fight, plain and simple.
He wins the fight. Also, he's offset when landing, so he has to wait a second, and it's still crisp enough. And the second
Okay, nice little bonus for them. It's a good start.
So if he gets hit by 2 bullets anywhere, he's dead. So, yeah, just clinical from the young duelist. And
Camo, yeah, he's
if they're
great.
Going to have any chance in this map, he needs to be on. A little bit worrying for Vitality. The same sort of flaws. It's just you were in the right place at the right time, just didn't win those initial fights and weren't ready for maybe such a aggressive. I say weren't ready. They had players there, just didn't hit the shots.
Yeah. That's one of those things, you know, when it came down to the moment, they weren't ready. On an
VOD days, it'll be like after the tournament's done. Like in between end of kickoff and Masters, there's like 10 days. We'll just do some of the Chinese games
I
now.
need to spend more.
Vitality, still got a buy on this one. Koi's money's outrageously good.
Well, for
A
Vitality,
lot of pressure over
3
towards
players
middle.
on A start around.
What is
they
this?
go up for a bit of
Oh,
aggression, don't see anybody. Koi are just slowly looking for mid control. They've got a trap to deny
Prowler
B
goes in
aggression,
towards
trap
B,
to
so they
deny
create
A
a
aggression.
question mark over
Eventually
towards here.
group up and
Question
push.
mark over
We've
towards
seen this a
middle,
few
and this
times with
dog
Vitality, similar rounds.
clears
Koi often
all
have
of
a
it.
very good
Now they
read
can just
with
heavy
stacks
stack over
towards
towards
the
A.
side that Vitality
They hear
were
the dog
going
over
on,
towards middle, so
even
they're trying
if
to
it
take a
didn't
timing. They
work out,
pressure A. Do
they
they
still
want to
had the
now go
numbers
back?
there.
Because it would be
For
sick
Vitality,
cool.
that's not really the case. The rotates are a little bit slower. They're much
Yeah, this
more
is good at the
patient
moment. They
in
inside
the
one
way
over
they play
towards
that.
side
So
as
you
well
see
once they try and get
Kicks, Runner,
information.
and Sender having
Even
to
if it's a
defend that
Sky,
well.
like
B
the Sky
control
flash would
still
just
being
hit this
sought
guy.
after. Safe has made it out,
I
though.
say as they go back.
40 seconds on the clock.
Okay, so question mark here. When does Sky want to use the last flash to clear it? Does Sky even want to use the last flash to clear it?
On the clock for Koi, and
Duel over towards B main. Nope.
Safe for a second.
I think Safe just went and picked up his orb.
Instead, he actually picks it up in front of his opponent. And nobody actually deals with him. Timing for Kick's not good, though.
Keep an eye on the time, 20 seconds. They're going to win some duels. Safe can probably win this. Bit of a nightmare for him once the market guy goes down.
And although the clock was low for Koi,
This ended up being a really nice round to watch, like minimap-wise from Koi. They realized that both of their question marks, and I think it was down to whoever was middle. I'm not entirely sure who this was, I can't remember. But the Skydog cleared all of the pressure, and then they still took A and just realized that they had no pressure back towards B, and that the heavier stack would be going over towards A, that they could go back B. So it was good. It was Dark Side bottom and middle? Okay, well then. Yeah, he gave good information to Shadow, and then Shadow made the call. Or he just made the call, to be honest. He's been IGL before.
Whatever they started out with, if it was 3B, after your fake, there were 3B. Maybe there were 2 if it really worked, but they're not the kind of team to just throw all their eggs in one basket. Still, though, for Koi, because they played it so painstakingly, patiently, they end up being able to group up together, use their numbers, break through that defense, and a beautifully played round to put them 6-10. This is where I start to consider it a game again.
I'm waiting for 8. When we get to 8, that's when I'm like, okay, there's actually a possibility of this happening. Yep. Also, we've now got a Salapause, which I'm always going to have faith in. I think he's been very good at sort of
EMEA over Americas today? Yeah, we'll stick with the EMEA game and then we'll hop into Americas.
So anyways,
what's the first Americas game? Sen MLBR, right?
I think that it's one of those scenarios when you've had a few rounds to watch what your opponents are doing. I think that last round actually just dwindles with Kicks being caught off, which I don't think will happen too often.
Maybe we'll miss like,
it would just be maybe
we'll miss like a map
in those scenarios because he's caught running.
Potentially
and then
2, depends
the
what
players
happens.
on the B side are completely surrounded. I think also it's mainly just going to be about catching that pace because Koi have done some very fast rounds, and then in that last one it was about a slow mid lurk and the rest of the players just patiently waiting, and they were seconds away from safe spotting that B push. Like he literally was right next to Starzo, just didn't even realize it at the time. So it's still Vitality firmly in the driver's seat, but a little bit of life in Koi, and I think it's a good time for a pause. 4 rounds lost in a row. Couple of buy rounds in there as well. And for Vitality, still plenty of opportunities, but we have seen both teams have sort of thrive on that attack. I think we've seen most teams in this tournament thrive on the attack. I think this map has really lent in
money's
that direction.
outrageous. Dude, it's pretty much exactly the first half, just reversed.
That will change over time. I think one of the main things that I could be critical of is the amount of people I'm seeing die to someone pushing through a smoke in top mid. If I'm still seeing that in 6 months, I'm worried.
Yeah, I think that is it. There's a lot
Smoke goes down over towards A.
So far from most teams that we've seen.
Damn, that's nice punish of this. Yes, they've been punishing and the camera, right? They've been breaking the camera over towards B main, so they have a stun satchel down to punish the fact that they've been breaking the camera. That was cool.
Back a few times trying to run away. It's good to see Destrian blindsided by the same kind of play. Nice showstopper.
One pack of sight has to do everything.
Numbers thin out,
really good, and this is the big buy round again. We got 2-9 loss bonus on top of this, so these three can't really get a full buy next.
Immediate burst of action and a defensive squad left to save. It seems like we're in a similar spot again. Surely Runner and Center, because they're sticking around. Center's going towards Market. Are they going to go for this? 10-6 in the lead. I guess they're feeling it, but individually, Koi have been ahead in so many of these fights. Doesn't feel likely, and with Runner falling, even less so. Center may now be thinking about getting out, but that choice might not be his anymore. With Camo coming to challenge, but luckily he's dealt.
Yeah, they have so much money on Koi, it's like, they can just chase this heavy if they want.
And Runner was going in. So it just seemed a little bit disjointed in how they were even trying to play that 2v4.
I love this though. The big buy round is when they kind of realize that they can punish this. And this might be down to Shados as well. I don't know if this was Shados, I don't know if this was coach in terms of the timeout, but it looked like they've been waiting this camera over towards B, getting shot, and then they finally have a punish into the big buy round, meaning that they have to eco next. Lovely.
He pops the cam to check it, and Camo's like
a punish being worth 2 rounds, it's sick.
It's already too late.
Don't look at me.
But yeah, it didn't even shoot it. It's just the fact that he's jump spotting it. Just early information, so it's just off the reaction of it.
Stunned by a breach.
Yeah. Well, I guess
so they knew he was there. He was stunned, and he popped the cam.
I'll have a look at
yeah, Safe is literally thinking not like this, man. You can see it in his brain. He's like, no, not like this.
Unfortunate reaction.
There's no way we lose at 10-2.
Panic play. 10-7 for the side of Vitality. It is starting to get a little bit worrying. You said 8 was where the line in the sand was for you, Tom. And, well, I don't know if I'll give you a little bit of a breather because Vitality do have pistols here. So if Koi hit 8, I'd almost reset you. I'd say, okay, 9 is the line, right? The next buy round once we hit that 8.
That's the thing. I genuinely think 8 is already there because they're getting to a point where they're on the favored side of the map and they're only 2 rounds behind. Like, you're now looking at Vitality to break a streak of rounds. We've already seen them lose today.
Flash hit the raise at the back.
This far in the lead, they went, what was it, 9-0?
Yes.
They were 9-0 up, and since then it's been, what, 6-1? Great math.
Well done. Well done.
This guy dog goes towards A, yeah, and this guy hears it, and he wants to break it because they wanna. The call was to go over towards this and split B, so he needs to create a bit of pressure of question marks over towards A. The lovely Omen flash.
I'm less proud of you now, Tom.
No way. By the way, there's no way that Starkster manages to get that kill. That's insane.
6-1, 7-1. What's the difference? It's all the same.
Did pretty good on that one. We'll give him that because it was a ghost as well, so he wouldn't have seen any of the.
I did.
Any of the bullets.
Might be the last time.
Any smoke for backside?
Vitality have given up the A site. They lost Center.
They have a bit of a retake setup for this in terms of wall and. Is this their smoke or what is this?
So these are the rounds where you're much quicker to gamble up, to run the numbers, and it didn't work out. Oh, unfortunately for them, good damage returned as well, and Runner has been domed. That's a rifle and one of the few healthy members of Vitality that was left, taken out of the equation. Now it's pretty stacked towards the side of Koi. Almost no way for Vitality, especially with 5 players left, to get in here, kill all the players, get the defuse. It's not happening. The question is, how many can they take down, make this costly, and can Destrian save the rifle?
Yeah, I think the only thing that matters really is saving the rifle and getting some orbs for yourself, because on the other side of things, it's the same scenario as the last time. It's very weird.
It's absolutely fine. Starkster has 8,300. Doesn't matter about the people going down from Koi here. They all have enough money to just buy for the rest of this, no matter what.
Got max cash. I imagine Shados is pretty close. Yeah, he did up until the point where he bought. So they've not really
okay, he
lost
does
anything.
see him shooting.
And they both ran in. Well, I would say more so Starzo ran in to get orbs because Shados isn't close to his ult and it's not great. So I don't think he would have
free at
been
this
risking his
point.
rifle for that.
Yeah. I mean, they're both messing up their defense a little bit, though.
Have to respond soon because this is starting to get out of control.
It's still Sunset's still in that weird spot where like teams struggle against certain things. I don't think teams, especially in EMEA, prioritize this enough on defense in like holding it with someone.
Dodging the initial flash is the second.
The great start for them though, they actually take down the person that's been causing them, I would say, the most trouble on attack. They can insta-react walk middle, and we actually have a full gap. There is nothing here, and what is the timing like on Destrian to check this? He sees one. Do they expect them so close here? Doesn't look like it.
Around this angle, but the communication, it wasn't there quick enough. Sender's lost his life because of it, and now
yeah, and do they expect the breach so close? Yes, they do. Nicely done from Runner. That's a spike on that.
Showstopper popped, spike
Shadow went that way with the spike.
Ensuring no one steps anywhere close. Grabino's got a good spot. At least
weird round, they pick up the ult on this. And then they're trying to fake like they can go over towards B, but they're actually just waiting for the instant reaction. Oh, these two are going to hear that. Now what?
They're hearing him run away.
Gonna hear him run away, but that could all be bait. There's still a cam in B main, so at least for the defensive side, they're gonna know that.
Oh, that cam is good, by the way. Let's see how many spots.
I think it will very quickly be given away. If
Starkso his both?
It has been. So that's
all the
both
and
they could ever need. Even still, though, I don't know
okay,
how
they see all three with the camera.
This position of having that spike down.
Plant goes in, no vision block for B main, so they can hold B main.
It's a ludicrous recovery so far.
Destrian, if he gets a kill, has ult.
Just yet, but Vitality, I mean, they were tasting their first whiff of victory. Shados down, that could bring them back in. 2 towards B main.
Where did they put this smoke?
In the open. Has to be tapped. There's nothing to block off sidelines for the side of Vitality. They need to force these players into fights. They've done well with the first. They know where Grabino is, and they're closing the distance. Here they come swinging.
Okay, nicely handled from Vitality on this one. Dude, this was close. Little change up with some of the decisions made from Koi, and I think that's a different round.
Closer to victory. Like we said, though, Tom, one of the big factors for this squad that was 9-0 up could be round differential.
Nice, nice opening pick as well.
Question more. We want to see them close this one out convincingly if they're still going to be in with a shot.
Yeah, poor Camo there got
counter flash as well.
detail dumps, really.
That came through from Sender definitely helped out stop what has been a terrifying force, and finally Safe has been stopped walking through smokes. He's done it so much throughout this game. Either way, 11-8. The chain has been broken of 6 rounds.
Does reset their loss bonus though.
What we saw from
for
Vitality,
these three,
whether or not they can bounce right back.
a good amount of money.
In the favor of this defensive side,
and we get another pick in the opening. Yeah, this is sick.
Kill. Safe put under pressure, but he's gone pushing.
Wait, guys.
Moving into the
guys,
angle
you didn't spam that?
It might not be the right call. Rolling Thunder has it caught Safe. It's
safe on sight. Yeah, safe on sight. Dodges the ult. Oh boy, they really messed up Koi here again. They did their damage here. They heard the cage, but then they didn't even spam the cage. And then they ulted sight, didn't get the corner on the left, prioritized right side of sight, and Safe just cleans them up. Oh, this has been this map has been not great.
That was an Andaluthia flawless to add insult to injury.
This is just unlucky.
I mean, he did good though. Fair play. They actually knew he was there. He did so insane. Mate, Safe is a beast though. Fair play. I thought when I saw the kills that they didn't check him, but that was legit pure skill. Still think they could have got the kill earlier through the cage though, no doubt in my mind.
As they look to try and pressure. Runner has been in the right place at the right
time. Runner's doing great with the opening op.
Few rounds.
Starkso buys his own op. Back 3 rounds in a row, Runner gets a pick.
Rounds the corner from the exploding boombot. Drop the op on the other side. It is retrieved by Camo, who's been pretty unreal just with a rifle in hand. Now with a sniper.
Oh man, this map.
Yeah, there we go. We swap him back. I wasn't sure what kind of opping performance to expect with the rifle back in hand. The round is still up for grabs.
Well, at the moment, it does seem like a fake comeback. As said, I feel like any sort of warm-up for Koi might actually be more beneficial than just being boomed out of the server. Vitality came off the last match hot to try, even if it was a defeat to the side of Carmine Corp. And now with a build-up in towards this B site, one player on the site, but 2 very close by.
Yeah, make that 3. Not anymore. He's gone back to the other side of the map, but he's got the information, the quick recon.
And Flash was good over towards market as well.
They
Camo.
can play the retake. Viper's pit on safe to work with, used up top. This guy's got some interesting walls. It's to fight back out, to give them some space to work with, but he's
low HP. He survives on 8 there, keeps his ult up.
Can be healed back up. Kick still has some regrowth.
Cage is actually really good. Cage is good because you're just going to hear if they push into sight. They hear one. Bro, guys, shoot your cages when you hear this stuff, surely.
One hell of a fight on their hands for the side of Vitality.
Twice
and that is one way to approach it, not the right way.
Nicely done in the end of this.
As he's fallen, and so too.
Okay, big rounds.
12 to 9.
All down to
One more
3.
for Koi, and they need 3 more.
And
to
Camo again
overtime.
did fantastic.
It does feel like there's a lot of Viper's pits that are used that. I understand the logic behind them to get you back in, but then it's like, okay, you need something to burst.
This map, yeah, this map's been
and in that case, it just
this map's been something.
I like that from either side.
This map is reminding me a bit like the
operator.
Loud Lev, where it's just complete.
It was not the love
like it's just complete mania every single round. And there's just so much stuff that you're just like, what the hell is going on?
With a 3-round gap, it's not the end of the world, and it's certainly not lost for Koi yet.
It's a nice eye. Does that actually get people close or not? I wonder if you could crouch that.
Vitality decided to start in the attack, right?
They go fast on this one, and that is huge, yeah. The over the smoke. Again, these kind of pauses. This is one of the reasons that the Omen is better. Because these kind of smokes you can just see over the top every single time. Keep an eye on the luck over towards middle. He gets seen by the... Okay, that should be it done. Yeah, that should be this one done.
Another advantage stacked up towards the side of Vitality. Sure, that Seize might buy a few seconds, but player it Seized is even inside the Trailblazer. Here comes a flash over top, and Camo needs to make a huge play around the edge. Oh no, good night, Shadow. Surely he's 1 HP. Okay, finally he'll fall. And with Starzo left, 1v4,
that's cool, but
those spams better be godlike, because this round is gone. Vitality, 13 to 9. They started it out with
nicely done from Vitality to close this out. Definitely VOD review for both teams. Stuff that they can work on.